Hello everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to learn English with a real-life situation. You are in an English-speaking restaurant for the first time, and you need to order food, understand the waiter, and communicate in English. Before we start, if you enjoy this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel and give a like. It will help you find more videos and continue to improve your English. Now, let's begin. You are visiting London for the first time. It is the evening, the streets are busy, and after walking for hours around the city, you start to feel very hungry. You see many restaurants around you, but you feel a little nervous, because you know that inside, everything will happen in English. After looking around for a few minutes, you notice a small American-style restaurant with burgers, fries, and milkshakes on the menu outside. The place looks friendly, so you decide to go in. As soon as you open the door, you hear music, people talking, plates moving, and waiters walking quickly between the tables. A waiter comes to you almost immediately and says, "Hello, table for one?" At first, you freeze for 1 second, because you are surprised by the speed of the question, but then you understand what he means. You smile and answer, "Yes, just one." The waiter smiles back and says, "Right this way." You follow him through the restaurant and sit at a small table near the window. Then he gives you the menu and says, "I'll be back in a few minutes." Now you are alone with the menu, and suddenly you realize there are many words you do not know. You recognize burger, chicken, fries, cheese, salad, and Coke, but some other words are confusing. You try to stay calm and focus on the important information. You look at the pictures and slowly start to understand the menu better. After a few minutes, the waiter comes back and asks, "Are you ready to order?" You hesitate a little, because you are still nervous, but you know you have to try. You point at the menu and say, "Yes, I would like the cheeseburger, please." The waiter nods and asks, "Would you like fries with that?" This time, you understand immediately, and you answer, "Yes, please." Then he asks, "And what would you like to drink?" You think for a second and reply, "A Coke, please." The waiter repeats the order, 1 cheeseburger, fries, and a Coke, and you say, "Yes, that's correct." Then he smiles and leaves. As soon as he walks away, you feel relieved, because the conversation was much easier than you expected. You realize that even if your English is not perfect, simple words and short sentences are enough to communicate. While you wait for your food, you start listening to the conversations around you. At first, everything sounds very fast, but after a few minutes, your ears slowly begin to recognize familiar words and expressions. You hear people saying things like, "Thank you," "Excuse me," "Can I get," and "How are you?" And suddenly English feels a little less intimidating. A few minutes later, the waiter arrives with your food and places the plate in front of you. "Enjoy your meal," he says with a smile. You answer, "Thank you," and immediately start eating. The burger is delicious, the fries are hot, and for the first time since arriving in London, you feel truly relaxed. After some time, the waiter comes back and asks, "Is everything okay?" This time, you answer more naturally and confidently, "Yes, everything is very good." You are surprised by yourself, because speaking feels easier now than it did 20 minutes ago. While you continue eating, you notice another customer having difficulty understanding the menu, and suddenly you realize that many people feel nervous in these situations, not only you. Little by little, your confidence continues to grow. When you finish your meal, you want to pay, but again, you are not completely sure what expression to use. You remember hearing something in another video or maybe in a movie, so you look at the waiter and say, "Can I have the bill, please?" The waiter smiles immediately and says, "Of course." A few moments later, he brings the bill to your table. You look at the total, take your card, and pay. The waiter gives you the receipt and says, "Have a nice evening." This time, without thinking too much, you answer naturally, "Thank you, you too." Then you stand up, take your jacket, and walk out of the restaurant into the busy London street again. But now, something feels different. At the beginning of the evening, you were nervous and afraid of speaking English, but now you feel proud, because you were able to communicate, understand questions, order food, and handle a real-life situation in English all by yourself. So, what can we learn from this story? You do not need perfect grammar or advanced vocabulary to communicate successfully. In real life, simple expressions, confidence, and listening carefully are often enough. Every small experience helps you improve, and the more you practice, the more natural English becomes. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and see you in the next one.